recognizing the very direct link between your land use activities and what happens to the water that's running off the site and entering the water courses. One thing you can do, as I mentioned earlier, is modify land uses or the development form, the landscaping, the way structures are built, to minimize the runoff and mimic natural hydrology, minimizing impervious cover, maintain as much of the natural vegetation in natural areas, and capture rainfall for use on site or for later release. This kind of approach can avoid or reduces costly infrastructure investment and maintenance. Again, you'll often see that on the runoff side, but it can also provide a benefit on the water quality side. Certainly if you don't have to go through actually actively treating your water or anything like that. The end-of-pipe approaches are not very popular in stormwater management for good reason. Stormwater is often too dilute or poorly characterized for you to establish a specific treatment train to address water quality issues. Also, of course, the flow rates are highly variable, so it's hard to design treatment systems that can handle very variable flow rates. However, there are very specific situations where you might want to look at end-of-pipe treatment. For example, sometimes source controls are difficult to apply in steeply sloped terrain on site, and or in densely developed areas where you might not have the land available for the footprint. So there'll always be a specialized role for these units. I think, for example, of downtown Vancouver, which is very highly impervious, very high value land and completely crowded with buildings, where many of the low impact development approaches are going to be hard to retrofit and aren't likely to come into vogue down there to any great extent, at least not in the near future. This is a type of end-of-pipe treatment unit. It doesn't fortunately look much like a treatment unit. It's simply a constructed, engineered wetland at the end of a storm drainage system. It looks reasonably nice, the ducks like it, and it does definitely provide a benefit in protecting water quality. So obviously there will still be applications such as this built in the future. For BCWWA, looking at our very narrow water quality issue in stormwater, we decided that we would recommend a hierarchy of mitigation strategies, and I caution that this hasn't been formally accepted. It's still under discussion, but it's the direction we're going. The first is, to the extent possible, apply source controls of all types to avoid or prevent impact at the site level. So try and keep it as close to the site as possible and prevent it if at all possible. This can be applied to new development and redevelopment as it occurs, and to some extent also as retrofit, although that's not going to be the major mechanism by which it comes into play. End-of-pipe approaches, such as wetlands, things like that, are still going to need to be applied in special circumstances, as I alluded to, very high density areas that already exist, or where land use changes are not going to occur for a great period of time, where retrofits are difficult, or where the specific site conditions, such as soils or steep slopes, make it unlikely that source controls will be successful. Moving forward from this, as I said, these are sort of draft positions at this point. There's definitely an opportunity for input to the current analysis position paper process through BCWWA. There will also be other future position papers developed to address the aspects of stormwater and rainwater management that we haven't picked up in this first attempt at a position paper. So that would be volume reduction, i.e. runoff control, reuse of rainwater on site to reduce total runoff, and other aspects of stormwater such as agricultural and industrial runoff, which has different characteristics and also in some cases different legal frameworks that have to be dealt with. I'm just going to include a quick plug here for BCWWA Stormwater Management Committee. We're looking for committee members, definitely looking for participants who can help with this process and move things forward. So if you're interested, we have an expression of interest form for BCWWA that you can fill out and forward through Daisy, or if you want to contact me directly, that'd be a good way to go. So if there are any questions. Jim.
Have you thought of looking just east of the Rockies where Alberta isn't actually enforcing an 85%
We definitely could. That's more of a specific criteria where this isn't a position statement that we're looking at to advise people that they need to address these issues.
They've been living with those criteria for a long
Yeah.
many years now, and got the system down, the science down, and all we developed up to apply.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really like it's real.
Yes, I realize that. Well, the position paper is being developed to support moving towards getting those things, kind of things implemented. Whether there'll be hard regulations or not is not within BCWWA's sort of venue to establish.